Hey Rick,
Hey, Megan.
I'm in front of my favorite house.
I
Um,
love that house.
oh my gosh. So this house is like 3,500 square feet. It is
Nice.
huge. And it's got an attached studio apartment that has a beautiful 1950s era kitchen that's in perfect shape
Wow. Wow.
and a full bathroom with a beautiful floor that my husband installed. It's got a
Nice.
courtyard. It's got a sunroom. It's got gigantic bedrooms. It's got four bathrooms. It's got a basement. It's got a huge lot on the corner. You can build whatever in the heck you can build in the back. I mean,
Hmm.
it is gorgeous. It got the Mills Act. The property taxes are only
Oh, wow.
40,
Ooh, how
4,400
much?
a year.
That's it. Wow.
4,400 a year. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's probably way more than 12 or 13,000, 15,000 maybe.
Oh,
Otherwise,
yeah, I know.
at
So
least.
anyway, so I'm gonna have the
Good. That's
open
awesome.
house. Yeah, I'll have open house on Saturday from 1 to 4. So
That'd be a busy open house.
yeah, it'll be fun. So we're here today to talk about the holiday. Like the holiday is over. Easter's over. We're
Mhm.
moving into April 15th is when taxes are usually due for some people. And people have been talking to their tax accountant or whomever, and they are figuring out that they need to buy a house, need to have tax write-off, and or they have more money than they thought they did. And this is the
Mhm.
time when real estate gets really busy in Orange County. The spring
Mhm.
is the busiest time of year normally to buy and sell real estate in Orange County
It
or
is.
Southern California, really.
Mhm.
So we're just sort of bracing ourselves here to see what happens. The amount of homes for sale seems to be increasing in the last 30 days, but people are still bidding like crazy, bidding wars here
They
on the
are.
houses. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't get one last week that was essentially a 2 bedroom, 1 bath house with
Hmm.
a not legal studio apartment in the garage. It was on a lot and a half. It was a really nice house. But I could see because I have seen a lot of houses that it's going to need a lot of work. So I
Hmm.
walked my clients through it just so they could prepare themselves. You know them because you were doing
Oh,
their
yeah.
loan.
Mhm.
And we offered um 75,000 over asking price and we didn't get it.
Yeah.
So we did the best we could, but we're just going
And it
to
wasn't even
stay
close
the
at
course.
75,000 over. I mean, the final offer was well more
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was the second runner up.
Yeah.
So I might
No.
be hoping their escrow falls apart. Not to be a
Well,
terrible person, but
I think we'll know in about two
you
weeks.
never know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I called the agent yesterday. I'm sure he's rolling his eyes at me, but I'm just that way. And that
Well,
that brings
time
me to
time
a
will
point.
tell.
I just did a video
Hmm.
yesterday on writing a backup offer because I had a house that I just sold that the first offer that went through was like ridiculously high, and then the majority of the rest of the offers were over asking but still not like too ridiculous. So the
Hmm.
ridiculous high offer was just kind of sandbagging us, to
Hmm.
while he was messing around. We ended up going with a much lower offer, okay? But his offer was really too high. So
Hmm.
anyway, so one of my realtor friends who came to the open house was like, "Oh, I can't believe that house closed at that much when you had that really high offer in." And I said,
Hmm.
"Well, we had a problem with that buyer. They were just jerking us around, lottie dottie." But it's
Hmm.
like, if you don't write a backup offer, then how is the seller going to know that you want to buy that house when there's all these other
Sure.
offers that are in? Write the
Hmm.
backup offer. It takes 10 minutes to write an offer. It's not like writing in an encyclopedia. You just write the offer, get it over, get in front of the seller and get it done, stop complaining about
yeah.
it and make a move.
Well, that's a good point because there's a couple of things here to know, from my perspective, and I know for years, I'm sure, but that puts pressure on the first buyer to perform, because if they start getting
Yeah,
out of whack on their removal of their contingencies, here you go. And so it puts
exactly.
some pressure on them to perform. And sometimes they just crack under the pressure of performance because they can't.
Right.
And so
Exactly.
then guess what? You're next in line and you have the house. It's smart.
Exactly. And even like what we do, because we usually have a couple of offers on each house. It could be 3, it could be
Hmm.
10, I don't know. But if something happens with the first buyer, we just go back to everybody and see who's still interested, to see if we can resell it to somebody who already made an offer, or if we have to put it back on the market, which we don't really want to do ever.
Right.
So
For sure. For
so
sure.
write the backup offer. So it's the spring market, April 15th, things really are going to kick off. And like I said, it's the busiest time to buy or sell houses in
It is.
Southern California,
Yeah, it's very active right now. I
because
see a lot of it right now.
it's a lot. Yeah, people think
Hmm.
that the summer is the busiest time, but, people are traveling in the summer. There's
They're taking
graduations,
vacations.
there's they're having Father's Day celebrations. They're taking their kids to college and getting them moved in.
Hmm.
They're out
Yeah.
making memories, and so they want to get it done now. They don't want
Now.
to wait until, you know. And plus, what people also don't understand is that the schedule for school is not what it used to be. It doesn't
No.
School doesn't necessarily start after Labor Day here. It
Mm-mm.
starts in the beginning of August. So if you wait
Hmm.
until July 1st to put your house up for sale and you're in a really hot school district, you probably should have put it up for sale a month earlier.
Good point. Good point.
So what can you do to get yourself prepared for the spring market? Get your finances
Yeah.
updated with Rick,
Yeah.
your
Be
loan
ready.
officer. Be ready.
You
And
bet.
Rick can get you completely approved so you could be really aggressive with your offer and offer a fast, hassle-free closing.
Yes. Good
And
advice for sure.
yeah, I think that's, yeah, get yourself acquainted. How are the rates looking right now?
Up a tiny bit this week, but typical ebb and flow of the market. It's just up and down. It was down 2 weeks ago, up a little bit this week. So, but not much. There's not a lot of
Yeah,
volatility, but there's just the normal market movement. Not too
yeah,
terrifying.
yeah, good.
You
Just
know,
normal here,
yeah,
little
just
here.
normal stuff.
Yeah,
Hmm.
good. All right, perfect. Well, Rick,
Yeah,
I think that all of our clients, borrowers will be prepared because they're working with us to get something done.
you got it,
And
boy. That's for sure.
yeah, don't fall asleep at the wheel because you've been looking for 2 years and you're not feeling very hopeful. You have to stay on course. So
Well, I mean, if you don't mind me saying, if I have a transaction today I've been working on, and they didn't have their offer. They had their ready to write the offer, but they had no loan. And so they wanted to write the offer. Well, actually, the seller was accepting offers at noontime today, and they sent the
yeah,
application at 11:30. Can you get me approved? Yeah, we can do that. By the time it was late, and there was dozens of offers, and they're gone. It's like,
yeah,
again, they saw the house. Let's make an offer. Well, you have to have a loan approval, and they submitted the application for the approval 30 minutes before the offers were going to be presented. That is just
that's
doesn't
why you
work.
sounded kind of
Sorry.
cranky earlier. Yeah,
That
yeah,
adds a little bit of extra stress in trying to jam a file through with a bunch of co-borrowers and financials, and you got an offer with 5 other buyers making offers at the same time. So yeah,
yeah.
but that's the point of it, right? So that's why we want to be prepared, because when you go into that offer process, you know the numbers, you know where you stand. We can back it up. We can offer it. We can guarantee the closing on it, and that just, as a buyer, that makes you the most prepared person in the room. And we know from experience, Megan,
Mm-hmm,
when that happens, your chances of getting an offer acceptance go way high. It's
mm-hmm,
proven.
mm-hmm. Agreed, agreed.
Yeah,
And we want people to be successful,
we
and
do. We want them to
you
win.
know,
We
yeah,
do.
exactly. We do want them to win. We're not here to because it's just something fun we like to do. We want to get people in their houses and
Yeah.
on with their lives, right?
Exactly.
All right, Rick. Well, that's really solid advice, and I appreciate your time, and I wish you luck with all
Thank you,
those
Megan.
borrowers.
We'll get them done.
All right.
Thank you, Megan. I appreciate you.
See you next week. Thank
Okay, see
you.
you later. Take care. Bye.
Bye.